collar choke, and I want to learn the combinations that are after that. We learned a basic cross collar choke in the path to blue belt. We understand that as a white belt. It's a very basic choke. Doesn't matter if it's this way and this way. Doesn't matter if it's this way and this way. Doesn't matter if it's this way and this way. Doesn't matter if it's this way and this way. So it really doesn't matter. There's only one rule. It's that if you have a hand down or hand up, and what's that rule? With your hands, I'm talking about. One rule of thumb is the hand that's on top must be facing down. Okay, unless you have double palms up, right? I wouldn't go like this. I wouldn't go here. I wouldn't. See, the choke doesn't quite fit right. It's hard to roll my knuckles because of the configuration of my forearms. You guys can try it and feel it. So I would rather go palm up, or the palm down hand's going to be on top, and that'll help choke a lot better. Okay, so the hand that's down needs to be on top if you have a hand that's down. Okay? If they have a hand that's down, that one needs to be on top. Unless it's double palms up, that's the only rule that breaks them. Okay, so we're here. I've got him going towards the X choke, where I open it up and I get nice and deep. I'm grabbing the tag. Okay, I'm grabbing the tag. My wrist is all the way by his neck. I start breaking his posture, and I'm just going to come inside and go palm up, or I can go to the other side. Okay, but for now, I'd like to get this choke this way. I'm going to punch the arm across and expose his neck over here. I can grab that material, drive my elbow underneath. If his cheek's on the side like this, don't be a jerk and try and choke through his cheekbone. Get underneath, and get so that his chin is on top of your forearm, and roll your wrist into his neck. You guys know that. We're just turning the wrist into the neck. But what we want to combine now is just a couple little advanced details, and then submitting him with additional submission. So I'm over here, and then maybe I can't get to the other side, or I can't punch him to the side over here like this to expose the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach across with my forearm, and then I'm going to rake across his face. That gets him to turn his face, and then I have the choke. Nice and easy. Turn again. So again, I have the hand nice and deep inside the collar. I break his posture, but he's not letting me get him over like this. So in order to get his face and to the side and expose his carotid, I come over here and I slide form across the face. So you burn him across the cheek, get him to turn his head. Now, what's Levi to do? There's a couple things for him to do here. He's going to start to block my arm in two fashions. One, he can block with this arm. So no, that's just going to tighten over here, my bicep. Right? So he'll start to block my bicep this way. I will go with it. So if he follows, he's a little bit shorter, but if I was doing it like with Tristan, he could follow me all the way. But he knows that I'm going to go choke him with this. So go with it and set him up for the arm lock. I can also, guys, if my calf is curled nice and tight, my hamstring's in his neck, I can keep this curl and pull this choke right here and submit him with that choke. Okay, so it's a real basic setup. I do this a lot as well too from this armbar, the elbow in armbar. I turn, I lock the arm, boom, or I just choke him with the arm. If I can get this leg over the head with this hand inside the collar, he can choke. Make sense? So I'm setting him up like that. All right. So that is attacking the near side arm. The near side arm. So if I'm here and he's blocking this arm, I can turn that, shift, put the foot on the hips. I'm causing squeeze here, moving his arm to the side, and then I don't even hold his arm, and I just end up hooking it with a deep hook. I get the arm bar, or I turn so I get my hamstring on his neck, and I get the tap there. That's dealing with the near side arm. To deal with the far side arm, if I come over here and he blocks, I can counter grip his sleeve or grab his arm, and I'm going to pull him across. And now I'm able to have the Brabo choke, and I get the pressure of his shoulder going into his neck. It's basically, my guys know Darce chokes a lot. So if I'm here and I have a Darce choke, I'm causing pressure on both sides with the wrist and the shoulder going into the neck. It's an arm triangle. We understand those concepts already having the blue belt. And so when I add the lapel type grip into it, I come over here. It's the same principles. I pull the arm across, and I want to get as tight to him as I can. So I'm squeezing in. I get a little bit of an angle if I'd like. I'm driving my shoulder in. I'm driving my chest in, I'm curling my wrist as if I'm choking him, and I'm pulling his head to add to the submission. One more time. So now we're going to the Brabo choke. And open the collar, I'm nice and deep inside here. I go for the choke, he blocks, he starts blocking my arm, I pull him across, I can start to reach in and squeeze. Again, I'm still wrist choking him, driving with my shoulder to close off his elbow, because he would love nothing more than to bring his arm to the other side. right? So this is what I'm closing off, guys. I'm closing off that space so that he cannot do that. Make sense? Okay. So one more option, as if he goes to block and he sticks his arm on the inside and he starts to block here. Going back to that elbow control, I'm gonna arch my hips, shift, and drag him down. And now I still have his back, and I'm able to start to make my way onto his back. Whether you figure 4 triangle, or you want to hook and then start to pull him over and take his back, either way. Obviously, we know that getting the arm to the side over here is the easiest access to a man's back, right? So when he defends the choke in that manner, I want to control the elbow, put the other hand off the mat. I want to control the elbow, and then instead of just fighting the elbow over, because it's tightened up for me, right? Like instead of just fighting the elbow over, feet hit the ground, not out wide, but my feet hit the ground and I arch my hips and slide the elbow to the side. That's the key detail. Go for the back grip, let go, and I start to make my way. I want to get my arm, I don't want to be here because Levi wants to grab my arm and pull me down, right? I don't want to be like that, so I'm out here. Shift and put your knee on the mat. And now I'm here. I can hold his lapel and pull him over, or I can start to fight for the choke this way, break him down. I can use mobile hooks if I would like to. You can do whatever you want from the back. The technique is not from the back. The technique is just getting to the back. Okay?
Sir.
One last time. So I'm here. Round broke down. He starts to defend on the inside. Lift, arch, drop the shoulder, relock your guard. Go back to the back grab. Now I'm going to open. Watch my leg get used for momentum. Knee hits the ground. If you're shorter like Garrett, your foot might fall out, which is perfectly fine. You go to the mobile hooks. Okay? Or I can figure for him here, or I can grab this far side lapel, dive, collapsing that elbow, bring him onto his back. So you stay on the back. You can attack the back in whatever fashion you want. I don't care. I just want you to get to the back. Let's go through all of it in one shot, okay? All of it in one shot. All right, so I have, first, we have the X choke. I'm here, break him down, punch him to the side. Boom! Grab that loose material, choke. He won't let me punch him to the side, so I reach across, I rake him, I get the choke. Bang. I go here, he blocks, I shift, I arm lock, or I choke as well. Sorry. Okay, it's all gravy. Okay, next time he blocks with the other arm, boom, I counter drag it, close that distance and choke him. The last time he defends the other way, bridge, arch, come down, shift to the hips, take the back if you want. We good, guys?
Sir.
All right, lots of stuff. Make sure you pay attention. If you got any problems, just holler at me. Okay, ready?